Hi, Carol here, and I'm back with the mixed media canvas that I'm doing for my granddaughter's bedroom. And Olivia picked out the papers, and you know that Olivia joins me. She is a top-notch crafter and artist, and so she picked out everything she wanted. And so to save time and not bore you to death like I did cutting out my embellishments last night, I decided to quickly paint this. I set my embellishments and everything I'm going to do to the right hand side here. I have my iPad on. I took a picture of it just in case I can't remember where some of the elements were. It's going to be a two-part series, one putting it down and one embellishing and spraying with my Lindy Stamp Gang. So I'm not too worried right now about, the odd time I have to go over and make sure this is on. I'm not too worried about, the coloring and everything so far. I just want to lay this down. Now I have picked out the colors to put on here. I used Appleberry. I used the lilac, the green. This is a really nice green. The yellowy color here, almost an antique yellow, and then our pink. And this is a cherry blossom pink. So I put them in a glass little tray here, and I just squirt out a little bit of color on each side, took my sponge, and then I just did it as I saw fit on the sides. So I have a little bit of color here. Every one is different, as you can see. But because I am going to do some stenciling on the sides of it, I'm really not, I just have to decide what is up and what is going to be down, but you're not going to see, so I think it will go like this. Okay, so let's get going here. I'll show you why I did what I did on some of the papers, but for now, I'm using the Mod Podge mat to put it down. And I'm going to try, well, I got a lot there. I'm going to try and keep as close to the edge as I can. It's really something because mixed media, everybody's version of mixed media is different. Like my other piece, it had a ton of embellishments. But when you do a young girl's room, they don't get all of they don't want stuff all over. They just want the image. They want it to look pretty and not too much going on so that they can understand exactly what it, she's 10. So I want it to dry nice. So now I have that Paris down like that. Then the next thing I did was, as I'm looking on here, I think I'll go with this piece. I wanted to tuck and edge this pattern. I wanted it to curl over to match the pattern in the paper. And I'll show you in just a minute here as I do this. So I have to put the pattern side down so that when I roll it over, it actually bends over the side and it shows Paris on there. So let's go with that. Put that down. This is the beauty of Mod Podge. Mod Podge is the glue. Gesso is it is the bond, the sealant to if you're going to spray and paint. I had to get that down. I wasn't quite sure what was what. And now that I have it figured out, you don't use gesso to glue. And you can, add some water to this if you like. I just like the consistency of, I'm going to bend this with some of the Mod Podge there so it stays. It'll just allow it to dry curled like that. There we go. And remembering how I did this is the key. So, well, I'm going to have to go back on here on my iPad just to make sure I have everything right. Okay, so the next thing I am doing here is the large piece underneath. So let's grab this. So on most of it, this is going to tuck underneath. So let's get some of this down. And so much for painting like the whole canvas. You don't want to do that. Some you do. Some you want to have stamps, you know, tissue, all of the mixed media stuff. But for this one, because she's basically picked out how she wants, you know, just the elements. I can't wait to surprise her. And she wants to hang it in her room. Olivia is a girly girl. Yet she does archery and things like that. It's sports, but I mean, she likes her dresses and her pretty bling. And that's why I picked out the pretty dress that's just Olivia. And so she's going to really like this in her room. So I guess I will just concentrate on this. I was going to put an apron on because the last time I did this, I leaned over and my sweater was full of this. Okay, and let's get that out of there. Now this is going to tuck up under there, come to the corner like this, and I'm going to try not to get myself in too much of a mess. It's going to curl over like that. It's going to come up. Let me just get it right here. There we are. So what I will file down the papers that hang over. I'm not too worried about that. And what I'm worried about is making sure all of my elements are glued down. I chose the 1.5 inch brush to put it down, but I mean, you can do it with a sponge, whatever. And you know, I would really like to know how you speed up things. I'm sure I just have to learn my camera to do that, right? And otherwise this video just seems so long, and I apologize for that, but I basically just turn my video on and ask if you would like to join me in my craft room while I'm doing the project. Some people are really good teachers and they just like to show you what they've done. They speed it up, they have music going in the background, or they do a talk over. Mine is just like, how do you do? Come on in my room. Join me on this project if you like. So what I did was I just took random sheets of paper like this, and before I do this, I tuck them in because I want to get some, just put it down there like this. I want to get some curled edges here. So this one is going to slide underneath here like that, and I'm going to have this curled edge right there. Just to give it kind of a 3D look. I'm going to have that all over actually. So I have to watch what I have. This is going to have one down on the bottom. Let me look at my picture to make sure this is exactly what I was doing. Okay, I have one there, and I think I will tuck this in right here. So I'll bring this down, tuck this underneath, and I'll have one up close to the top. That isn't how I have it in the picture, but I just looked at it and I think I like it like that. So this is going to come over, and I'm going to have this come down, and this little piece like this. And if you curl it, it will stay right there. There you go. Tuck that underneath there. There. Okay, maybe I'll just make it a little one. There we are. Just have something up there. And let's get that glue down. I'm going to have to crack into another Mod Podge, I think. I want this one to curl over like this. This is where the boredom comes in of watching. But anyway, okay, starting to dry. I just have to grab that. Like you're going to see that when you have all the embellishments on, right? So let's see, I have, the next thing is I'm going to go to the other side and start down here. So I'll add my corner down here like this. And this is just to match the, I have a thing about doing one corner and then matching it on the other corner. I don't know, that's just what I do. There we go. Putting on a decent amount of the Mod Podge, you get to slide it around how you like it. And I like this. There we go. I am going to take, like I said, my file, and I will file down any edges that don't look like they're supposed to go there. Alright, so now here's another edge. This is going in this corner, and I really just want this to go into a two-part. I don't want it to, see how this is going to tuck around there, and the polka dots on the pink here are going to match the polka dots on the brown right here. There we are. I love to watch mixed media. I'm telling you, I find it very relaxing, not only to do it, but to watch it, how other people do their projects. Now I'm going to put a copper corner on here. I already had that planned, so I'm not too worried about placement there. So that's there. Now, let's go with this big piece. This piece was right here, and I want some of that showing, so maybe I can lift it up and just glue it. This is what I mean, like once you take it off, you have to be sure where that is going. There we are. I have enough room to file those edges up there. I'm fine. And here we go. This will curl down. I almost need to put this into a bigger bottle to fit my size of my paintbrush. So there we go. And then we'll put this back on. Right across there like that. Dries to a nice matte finish, and there. I don't know why I worry about that when I'm doing it. I mean, hello, it's mixed media, but Olivia has to look at it, and I want to do it nice there for her. Okay, so now I had this little piece I'm going to slide on the bottom. My iPad keeps shutting down there. Let me just grab this before it dries. Get that on there. slide this in the corner. And you have your other little polka dot pink on the brown. I like that. There we go. Slide it down. Push it up. Get rid of that little wee thing there. Don't want. There we go. That's going up there. Now we're working on this side. Uh-oh. If I drop something and it doesn't get applied, yikes. Okay. So now this corner, see this piece right here? This corner was, I gotta make sure, yeah, I had that up. This corner here, because I wanted it folded under here to match the paper, I just turned it upside down and it's going like that. So you want to apply this piece first, the curled edge, in your corner, and make sure that that's nicely pressed down. And I should pour this out into a bowl. I'm telling you, it's driving me crazy. There we are. So let's get that up. I want to be able to see Paris underneath there. And you can. Let me just turn this over like so. And let's get working on here. Thicken this up so it will go down. There we are. Tuck that in so that it matches. Meet up those corners. And like I said, this is going, I don't want that harsh edge. So once again, this is coming down like that. That's going up. I can almost see it from memory. See how I want to see Paris in that corner, but I want these to stick, so I'm gonna put some of that down. I'm gonna have to get into my other Mod Podge bottle. This must have been a cheaper paintbrush because the bristles are starting to come off. There we go. And we have the main part of the papers, I think, except for this one. This is where I'm going to have to start looking at my iPad. This one was up here. I already remember that. So just make sure you remember your corners. Like this is going to be off there, so I like that. And that's what's nice about those files. You just file down your paper when it's all dry. Okay, so we have that. And I'll just bring it up a bit. There we go. Okay, so there we have the papers. And curl this up. I don't know if I can stand that coming off all the time like this. There we go. Isn't this relaxing? If I didn't have the camera on, knowing that I only have 29 minutes. Okay, so now let's grab this piece. I know that it is going here. I put the brown on up there because I want this lamp shade to show. So I had it like that. There we go. And last night when I did the fence, I knew that just where it was going as I was doing it. There we go. So now we have that. I have to just straighten it up a bit. There we are. Okay. All right, so we have that. Now, the rest is, I think, more so embellishments. My girl is going up there, right here. So she will be approximately like this. And I have a whole lot of ideas for her. There we go. So she's right there. And then my fence is going up against here like this, up against the lamp post, like that. But first, this is where I'm talking about I have to lay things out just to see. The bicycle is going at the bottom. I cut it out so you could see through there. And I want to put, let me see, some of this right here. It's going over here. There we are. That can curl up there. And okay, I'm just going to pounce some of that Mod Podge, so I have more of a not so much of the paintbrush lines on there. I'm going to pick up some of that, okay? Pounce on there so it doesn't dry full of lines there. Okay, I have to watch for my placement there. And now it's just adding the elements. So I don't know how much time I have left on there, but I'm just going to keep going. This was going right here because I wanted to raise Olivia up on the image. So let's get some. That's going right there, like that. I had another piece going here just to raise it up. So this will go here, like that. There we are. Then my little Olivia is going on here like this. Bring her down. And there we are. I may put a gloss over top of that after it dries. I will see how it dries. Pick up your pouncer, get in those holes. Now I'm going to pounce just her dress. Let me just see, I want that to dry like that. And then I will pounce into her dress to dry with a little bit of texture. There we are. And there. Okay. All right, we'll see how that dries like that. And then we can start putting a few things down. I have the butterfly. And my time is shortly running out. My camera will just shut off, so if it does, thank you so much for joining me. And see these little things that came out of that bird cage? I ended up keeping them. I'm going to stamp words on these here, and they're going to come down in here, so I don't really want to place them yet. So let's get my fence down here. Thicken that Mod Podge up so it stays.